Hello everyone, welcome to the ETCIO Annual Conclave 2023 in Goa. And I'm having with me the personality who needs no introduction, but let me introduce you with him, Mr. Ajay Jadeja. And we will be speaking to him that how he's experiencing being here in the annual conclave. And welcome, Mr. Jadeja. Thank you for joining us here.
It's a pleasure, and who would not like to join you in Goa? Can you imagine? Somebody's been invited to Goa. How can you say no?
No, I think your presence is adding on to the fun and also a lot of inspiration we'll be gathering from your interaction with Anirban. And I would like to ask you, we all are here at one of the largest tech events in this country. So in cricket also, we can see a lot of tech implementation like DRS and various technologies. How do you see this scenario of cricket changing over the years with new technologies coming up?
I think it's obvious to happen. I mean, you look at life, forget just cricket or anything. I mean, cricket existed for what, 120, 30 years? And it's moved on with the technology. So when there was no television, you read about matches that happened in England or Australia or even in India. So there was a technology then. So you reported the game that way, you heard about it, you read about the game. Then came what, 70s, where television came as technology. That also, I think, was a technology. So then it started being beamed around the world. People started, actually seeing visually what they had read over the years, saying, what was cricket, what does a green ground look like, or how does somebody drive a ball. Then you started seeing that. And now, as you are saying, this is the largest technology event happening in India. But I think it's what technology today is different from what it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Similarly, that's how it's got involved with cricket, or that's how cricket has embraced it in a certain way. There are people who think it shouldn't be done because there's a part of this sport which was an umpire was considered sacred and he could make a mistake, but people want a final decision on an answer and a correct one. So there is a thought that technology be included in it or not. But like in life, I mean, you have no choice what exists outside your life. But if it exists in the world, it will be part of your life. So that's how I see it, technology being part of the sport.
That's wonderful. You have been a captain of the national team as well. You have played under a lot of good captains as well. What is your take? Give us some mantra on the leadership. What kind of challenges a leader faces?
Well, I think, no different from any leader. Yeah. If you're a leader of your family or your colony or your company or your state or your district or your country, now we don't have a world leader, but say if there's a world leader, it's the same thought. I mean, leaders supposed to make decisions for people who can't make decisions. I think that's probably the primary thing that I look for. Yes, of course, you can go on leadership for about 10 days and still there'll be something that's left out. But primarily, I think if you are a leader and if you've been either elected a leader or a selected leader or whichever way, your primary objection or duty is to make decisions and make people believe in that, or I guess people believe in you. That's why they made you the leader of either the family or the city or a cricket team. So I think making a decision is a tough task, which normal people think, I think it's such an easy thing to do. But having played sport, I think the most difficult thing in life is to make a decision. And I think the leader, one of the main characteristics that I see in a leader, when I look at somebody and say whether he's a good leader or a great leader, because they're all good, there's no bad leader, is how they make decisions.
And so you have been a style icon also for at least generation of us. You played with either maybe you played with Kapil or you played even with Sachin, but Jadeja on ground was a different style altogether. Collar up, goggles, a smile, evergreen smile, one-handed sixes. So and for FIIOs also, like for this community also, standing out is very important. So what is the secret behind it?
There's no secret. The other people that you named alongside were looking after the game. They were bettering their game, doing what they were meant to do. And I was probably wasting my time doing all the things that you talked about. But there's a learning from there. So now I don't have a collar.
So it was pleasure talking to Mr. Ajay Jadeja, and we are all looking forward for an interesting discussion of yours with Anirban going forward in this annual conclave, and looking forward to it. Thank you so much for joining us here, sir.
Pleasure. Thank you. Look forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you.